All right. So, hi, good afternoon, Hong. Welcome to our class, LMS BAP IELTS 4A. So, before we proceed to the lesson, let's have a quick recap. But first, let me ask you, how are you today?
I'm well, thanks.
All right. So, can you tell me what's the weather like in your town right now?
In
What's the
my town, the weather is very
hot and
hot
sunny?
and very hot.
Sunny, cloudy, windy? How can you describe it?
It's sunny.
Oh, hot and sunny. All right. So, how about right now? How about the students in your country? Is everyone on vacation right now in Vietnam?
In Vietnam, every in vacation. Yes.
All the students are on vacation. Oh, I see. All right, so that's a good thing. So moving into the lessons that we had last time. All right, so can you tell me a short recap, or how can you introduce to me what's the difference between present simple and present continuous? So I already give you the guideline. The thing that you have to do in here is more on speaking. Okay, how can you explain based on the information that you've got on the screen? How can you differentiate present simple and present continuous? Proceed. Mm. You have your data already. All you have to do is to construct some sort of paragraph, for example. So last time we learned about present simple and present continuous. Let's talk about present simple first. So what does it mean? What's the form? What do we use it for? What are the signal words? Okay, please begin.
Can you give me 1 minute? A minute.
A minute to prepare. Okay, sure, no problem. For this one, all you have to do is to have some sort of introduction. For example, hi, I'm Hong. For this afternoon, I'll be discussing the difference between present simple and present continuous. All right. First, let's talk about present simple. We use it for facts. All you have to do is to read the informations that I've got right here. Okay, so you'll be my teacher. Because this topic is very easy. The thing is, I want to see if you know how to explain it. All right, so you're requested a minute. Your 1 minute is granted. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Very good. Please begin. Have an introduction first. A greeting. Hi, good afternoon. A simple good afternoon. Mm, you can do it.
Now I will talk, talk about the different present simple and present continuous. First, let we
Let's talk about.
let's talk about present simple. Present simple we always use for repeat or happy action or especially with adverb of frequently
Frequency. Frequency.
frequency
Like,
and
what are the adverbs of frequency? You need to further explain about it. What are the adverbs of frequency?
there's some adverb of frequency is always, never, often, every day, in the morning, in the afternoon.
Mm.
Yeah. And with present continuous, we talk about action, action,
We use it for, or you have a guideline already.
for action happening at or around the time of speaking.
Okay, very good.
In the present simple, we will present simple for general truth and law of nature.
Sorry,
Like
can you say it again?
for general truth and law of nature.
Okay,
Like the sunset is the west in the
uh,
west.
general truth meaning facts. Okay, very good. That is right. Mm.
And we will talk about for timetable of problem. And present continuous, we talk about we in week all the way to extract and noising or cream cheese. Um,
Describing
or,
a
or we will for physics um, around in the near future.
near future. Ah, so you mean you can use it for an arrangement, yes, in the near future with the use of this one. I am having with my friend tonight, depending on the use of the signal words, right? It will be a certain arrangement. Correct. That is correct. Mm. What is the form that we use in present simple? What is the form? The
In
form or the
present
pattern?
simple, we use subject, subject plus verb plus object. And in the present continuous, we use subject plus to be plus verb in and plus object.
All right. Okay. Excellent. Now, so with this one, I am confident that you know how to differentiate, all right, the difference between present simple and present continuous. So last time we were able to talk about this, right? We were able to come up in rewriting the verbs in the using the third person, all right, SES or IES as well as the ing form of the verb. Now, with this one, we also came up with, all right, matching the questions with the answers in A to D, then complete the grammar rules with simple or continuous. So I think we also done answering activity 10, wherein all you have to do is to complete, all right, the sentences using the verbs in the bracket, okay? And this is the final question, final activity that we had last time, wherein we talk about, all right, answering the questions or come with this one using the words in present and continuous, and then you need to answer it. Okay, so the final activity that we're going to continue from the last meeting that we had is with this one, which is also your homework, if I'm not mistaken. I told you to differentiate what is the difference between skimming and scanning. All right, these are reading techniques, right? So, by definition, we say that skimming is a reading skill you need to learn at university to get a quick understanding of what the resource is about. While scanning is a reading skill you need to learn at university to find specific details without reading the entire text. So, with this one, what do you think are the importance of skimming and scanning? Based on definition, what do you think are the advantages and disadvantages of skimming and scanning as a reading technique? Mm,
In skimming, we reading it very quick to understanding what a result is about. And
okay.
scanning we it is reading to find specific detail without reading the intent text.
without reading the entire text. Actually, maybe you're going to wonder, Miss Cha, but if you're going to analyze, it seems like both of them are the same. Okay? Actually, you might get confused with this two, but actually this two right here has a different purpose, okay? But anyway, before I explain that part, so skim and scan, we use this for main ideas and details. Wherein I give you an example last time that when you talk about the skimming and scanning, in here we just pick up the important keywords, what are the repeated keywords that you've seen, the linking words, names in capital letters or highlighted words, as well as the numbers or the digits. So in here, these are very important thing that we need to consider whenever we are doing skimming and scanning. Now, so for deeper understanding or uh for deeper comparison between the two, let's differentiate both of them. Let's talk about objectives, all right? In objectives, these two right here has a different objective. When we talk about scheming, all right, the objective of scheming is all right, in here is to take a quick, all right, to take a quick, all right, to take a quick read through, okay, a read through to get a bird eye, to get a bird eye view of the content. Okay, so what do we mean by this one? In objectives, scheming is to take a quick read through to get, all right, uh to get a bird eye view of the content, meaning in here you just going to have a look in here for you to have an idea what is it all about. So that is scheming. But when we talk about scanning in terms of objectives, all right, its objective is to have a thorough lookout for specific, that's the keyword, okay, for specific information. Meaning in scanning, this is more high level in a bit because in here you are looking for something. You are looking for a specific information. For example, mm, um, considering a simplest example would be the WH question. You with this one, for example, in a simple short story, you have something that you're looking for. Who are the characters? What is all about? When does it happen? All right. So this is more specific compared to scheming. For example, in scheming, you just look the title. In scanning, you are having a more thorough lookout for specific information about the reading material. Okay, so that is the first difference, the objectives. Moving into the second difference that they've had, so they are also different when it comes to method of reading. Okay, so method of reading. Let's talk about scheming. So in scheming, this is very quick. It's like you glance at it. That's it. But when we talk about scanning, all right, this is very selective. All right. So there's a difference in scheming, quick, in scanning, selective. Meaning you are looking already for something, right? You have an idea what you are looking for. Selective. Okay? So another one is the advantage. Okay, let's talk about the advantage, meaning the good thing or the positive attribute that we can have. Let's talk about scheming. When we talk about scheming, of course, with this one, reading maximum text in less or let's say limited time. Meaning in here, you save a lot of time when we talk about scheming because it's very quick. Unlike in In scanning, on the other hand, when we talk about scanning, okay, scanning in here is finding out all the required information. All right. Since you are looking for a certain information already, the advantage is you can find out. All right. So this is with this one, scanning is a technique that we're using sometimes when we are doing the exam. So teacher, what do you mean by that? When we do some examinations with reading and comprehension test at the bottom or on the next part of the activity, it is scanning because there is already a specific information that we need to answer, right? So that is why we are doing selected type of reading. So see? But when we talk about scheming, it's like the teacher will show something and you don't have any idea about it. You don't know what are the questions to answer. The teacher will just going to ask you, what is it all about? What do you think is it all about? So, meaning scheming, somehow we could say the comprehension is quite low because all you have to do is to know what is it all about and that's it. Unlike with scanning, it is more thorough because it is selective. Okay? Moving into the last part that makes them different is that in here, what do they include? All right, let's move in here. Include with this one in scheming, with this one, including or includes, meaning these are the things that we look up into when we are doing the scheming technique. Reading includes reading the introduction, meaning the first part, introduction, the heading or the title, all right, the subheadings, and conclusion. All right. So meaning these are the only things that we do with this specific type of reading technique. Unlike when we are doing the scanning, what does it include? In scanning, it includes reading the whole, take note, the whole text. All right. We also have a reminder in there, whole text or article quickly. Teacher, you said we do scheming as quickly. Why you said in scanning also quickly? Yes, but what makes them different? Take a look at the difference. In scheming, there are only few things that we highlight because this is very quick. You just make use of reading the introduction, the headings, subheadings, and conclusion. Unlike with scanning, that you are finding out the required information, but in here, reading the whole text or article quickly. Okay? So these are the only things that you need to focus on or you need to remember when we talk about scheming and scanning. All right? So so these are the differences. Okay? Let's talk about in here. So I'll be highlighting the differences. All right. Of course, if there are differences, meaning the opposite between the two. If they have differences, of course, they also have similarities. Meaning, what do we mean by similarities, Hong?
I don't know.
Similarities meaning what makes them the same. All right? What makes the two of them, all right, the same? Similarities, equal, all right? So with this one, similarities is both of them, they are both a quick reading technique. Okay? Both of them are quick reading techniques. Okay? Number two, when you say technique, all right, when you say technique, it means also means strategy, strategy or a technique. So with this one, the second that makes them the same is it saves a lot of time. It saves a lot of time and energy because you're doing it quickly. All right, it saves a lot of time and energy. The third thing that makes them the same, it has a focus on a single purpose. Fourth one, quick eye movements, all right, is involved. All right, so this one. So these are, so meaning when we talk about the skimming and scanning, when we talk about differences, it has one, two, three, four. Four differences, meaning doylap, the opposite, to make them thorough discussion between the two. And they also have four similarities. What makes them the same? All right. Quick reading technique or strategy saves a lot of time and energy. Focus on a single purpose. This one. You can make use of that one in the includes. And then quick eye movements is involved. All right. So with this one, also when we talk about skimming and scanning, this is very useful when it comes to examinations, all right? Because sometimes you'll be wondering, teacher, how about if there is unfamiliar word? So with that one, the technique that you need to do is paraphrasing. It seems like you are reading between the lines. You need to analyze it based on the sentence. All right, because you don't have time to look for the dictionary because this is a very quick technique, right? So that's the problem. That is why I always advise when you are going to deal with listening or reading activities, the first thing that you need to do is to look for the question. That is the first thing you need to look for. Question. So that you have an idea already. You're doing the selective type. So you have a goal already. You have a target. In that way, you won't waste time remembering everything because you already have the goal. You know all the informations that you need to look for. Okay? So now, what we're going to do now as well is this is the homework that you've got last time. All right. Mm. So in here, let's do with this one. Who do you think is Amy Fuller is? Based on this one, you can do skimming or you can do scanning. Mm. Who do you think is Amy Fuller is?
Amy Fuller is snowboarding star.
Yeah, for that one, you're doing skimming, right? What sport has Amy become successful in? Mm.
Amy becomes successful in snowboarding.
All right. How about this one? What is the reason for this article? What is it all about? What do you think? Try to make a clue or try to come up with an idea for example. What are the G's that you can have? From the highlighted words, capital words, what do you think? It talks about Amy's
So about Amy free time.
free time or daily routines or activities. So what you did right now is an example of scheming, right? Because you just focus on highlighted words, right? You don't focus mainly on what is the text all about. You just rely on what are the emphasized words on the text. meaning these are the important information because they are highlighted. They are in bold letters. Okay, so bold letters in English, when we say bold letters, meaning we are referring into capital words, big letters. Okay, so
Yeah.
with this one, how about if we are going to do it right now, but the next thing that you're going to do is this. All right. You are now going to read the article again, okay? But this time, you're going to do the scanning technique. All right, so how can we do that? So we can do that by simply, all right, this one, Hong, you have the idea already. What are the informations that you're going to look for? You're going to do the selective technique. Please read the questions, all right, from numbers 1 to 12. Okay, so take note, these are the informations that you need to look for. Okay. So actually with this one, all right, don't get me wrong with this one. Before we proceed to the scanning technique, Hong, what makes false and not given different from one another? What do you mean by false and what do you mean by not given?
For is the sentence Amy spent the first few years on her life in England is not true.
All right, so meaning false, meaning not true. How about not given?
Not different is the the talk is not give the information. I don't know.
Not given, meaning
Not given information of this sentence.
yes, or the reading, all right, doesn't say this, or it's not included. It's not even in there, all right? Doesn't say this, okay? So I ask you about it because not everyone understood false and not given. Sometimes they get confused, all right? So good job. You know exactly what these two mean. Now, so before we go back to the reading material, were you able to analyze the questions from 1 to 7? You need to remember the questions, the information you need to look for. Did Amy learn to ski before she started snowboarding? Does it open snow during winter in Amy's hometown? It took Amy a long time to find a coach. Amy has won an Olympic medal. All right. Amy practices snowboarding in the mountains at least 3 times a week. Amy thinks that snowboarding is more dangerous for her when she is not fit. In her free time, Amy prefers being with people to spending time on her laptop. So these are the ideas that you need to confirm. Okay, selective because you have the idea already. You know what you're looking for. So the question is, are you ready to do the scanning activity?
Yeah.
All right, so now good. Moving into here, I want you to read this one again, but this time scanning, meaning you need to read it with your own words. Can you read this one for me?
Amy Fuller was born in England but now lives in the USA. She moved to the East Coast of the United States at the age of 12 because she knew she wanted to be a professional snowboarder. It wasn't possible to train properly in her hometown because it hardly ever snow. There was a dry ski slope in
Slope,
her
slope, slope.
slope, slope in her town where
Where?
she learned how to ski and snowboard. But there wasn't any mountain with snow to practice the sport. Emily quickly found sponsors and a coach when she arrived in the USA, and she is now a successful and well-known snowboarding star. She had done very well in many national competitions, and her dream is to win an Olympic gold medal one day. Amy spends most of her time practicing on the snow and training in the gym for 5 times a week. She also goes cycling and running. Um, Amy says it is very important to keep fit because that helps her stay safe when he doing snowboarding tricks and jumps. Her advice to people who want to learn how to do jumps is to start small and only do bigger jumps when they feel ready.
All right. So also in here it says that during her free time, Amy likes to spend time at home, switch off her phone and laptop, and hang out with her friends and family. So now let's analyze this one. In the example, we've got Amy spent the first few years of her life in England. So the answer this is true. How about number one? Please read and answer.
Number one, not different. See.
Okay. Amy learned to ski before she started snowboarding. Roy, number two, please read.
Number two, it offers snow during winter in a me hometown. If full.
Why? What's the correct answer? Your answer is correct, but what makes it correct? It often snowed during winter in Amy's hometown. What makes the sentence wrong?
Uh, I think it in USA, not
Okay.
in a me hometown.
All right. Good. Number three. It took Amy a long time to find a coach after she moved to the USA.
Full.
Okay. What makes it false? Because.
Because Amy is it to find a cook after she moved to USA. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that is correct. She easily find a coach because Amy is good. So the tendency, it's easy for her to find a coach. Amy has won an Olympic medal.
Full.
False. Why? But
Because Amy
okay.
say she want to win a gold Olympic medal in one day.
Yeah, so because that's her dream, that's her perspective. Amy practices snowboarding in the mountains at least 3 times a week.
Um, I think it for
All right. So actually with this one, the answer is not
not to
given. Yeah, because it doesn't mention, it doesn't said, it doesn't shown in that certain reading material how many times, I mean, where exactly Amy's planning to do practices. But it is mentioned how many or how frequent, how often, but the location is not mentioned. Number six, Amy thinks that snowboarding is more dangerous for her when she is not fit. The answer is Amy thinks that snowboarding is more dangerous for her when she is not fit. What is your answer?
I think it's true.
True. Okay. So before we move to number seven, what's your understanding? What do you mean by fit? Hung, what is fit?
It healthy, healthy.
Healthy and slim, right? Not just healthy, but being slim is very important because when we talk about being fit, you do a lot in this certain sport she mentioned. We do a lot of jumping, right? A lot of certain different stance. So it would be dangerous. Imagine if you are very heavy. So it would be hard for you to jump, to flip, or to do some tricks. Okay. So how about number 7? In her free time, Amy prefers being with people to spending time on her laptop.
True.
All right. The answer is true. Okay. So how about with this one? Okay, I'll be putting some words on the screen. What you need to do is to guess what are the words that I am looking for. So I'll be removing the blank so that you don't have a clue. Okay, so these are some of the words to remember regarding that activity. Okay, we have the word successful, we have the word advice, we have the word fit, we have the word professional. All right. With this one, uh, Hungoy, I want you to read the sentence and tell me what is the word that we are describing based on the selected words that we have on top. Number 1, please read.
This is someone who is paid to do a sport or other activity.
This is someone who is paid to do a sport or other activity. What is the correct answer?
To the work in
What do you think? So, yep, this is a person, a career. This is someone who is paid to do a sport or other activity. What do you
I
think is,
think
mm,
professional.
yes, a professional. Okay, you're going to look for someone who is capable, all right? Or you have does have the knowledge with a certain sport that you're seeking for. Number 2, this means to practice your sport.
Uh, Train.
Practice or to train, right? Trainings. How about number 3? This words describe someone who is doing well in his or her life.
Successful.
Successful. All right, Roy. Number 4. When you are this, you don't get tired easily when you exercise or do sport.
Fit.
When you are fit or your body is in good condition. You ask someone for this when you want to know what to do.
Advice.
Yes, we are looking or seeking for an advice. All right. So that's the main highlight when we talk about, all right, this certain activity. So now, how about with this one? Can you help me figure out? So I have here some different, okay, some different category or some different verbs that is included or we can do when we talk about a certain activity. All right. So speaking and vocabulary. So look in the pictures or at the pictures. Then in pairs answer the question. In which of these activities do you catch a ball? In which activities do you catch a ball? Catch a ball, meaning you receive the ball. By the way, how about we name the following activities first? What do you think is the first game or first activity on the photo? Number 1, what activity?
Number one is badminton.
All right, the next to it is
Is number two is table tennis.
Yeah, table tennis, or in some other Asian book, they call this ping pong. Okay, next one.
Number three is football.
Football, of course. Next one, number four.
Number four is fly.
All right. Since we are referring into an activity or kite flying or flying a kite, that is correct. Number five, most popular sport in Philippines, we have,
Volleyball.
is it volleyball? Take a look. We have a ring. What's that one?
Basketball.
Basketball. Good job. Next one. What do we have here? This is a recreational activity. It's like quite related to yoga.
It is the taekwondo.
This one is Tai Chi. Tai Chi. And the last one we have, of course,
Play
playing
chess. Playing
playing
chess.
chess. Roy, now that we were able to name all the activities in here or the activities on the photo, can you figure out in which of these activities do you catch a ball?
Um, basketball.
Basketball, correct. How about number two? In which of these activities do you throw a ball?
Uh, Basketball too.
Basketball too, right? Because when you catch, someone throw it to you, right? Number three, in which of these activities do you kick a ball?
Football.
Roy. Four, hit a ball.
Football.
Football. With this one, hit, meaning using something. Hit.
Badminton.
Badminton and
Table tennis.
Roy. Score a goal. In which activity? Score a goal.
Mm, Football and basketball.
All right. Okay. With this one, we have a goal. Actually, the only answer this one is football. In this one, basketball, we don't have an entire goal. With this one is the way the way you shoot. That's a score. Unlike in football, there's a certain goal. In which of these activities do you win or lose a match or competition? There's a lot. Number six.
Badminton, table tennis, football, basketball, and playing chess.
Of course, because you are competing with someone, right? So, how about this? And which of this activity do you get fit?
It's Tai Chi,
Mm,
basketball, uh, football, badminton.
all right, okay. As well as football, right? Because it do a lot of movements. So, in this activity, it will make you get fit. How about this one? Use a racket,
Badminton and table tennis.
move a piece,
Uh,
a piece,
kite fly,
move a piece,
playing chess,
playing chess. Relax your mind.
kite fly,
And
tai
Kite fl-
chi,
and Tai Chi, yeah. How about play in a team?
football,
Mm,
badminton,
all
football and
right.
badminton,
As well as,
basketball,
yes, it's a team. How about the activities that you play alone?
tai chi and kite fly.
All right. So sometimes you could also play alone in this one, right? One versus one. Badminton, table tennis. All right. So with this one, in which of this activity do you need to wear special clothes? Like there's a specific clothes that you need to wear.
It, um, badminton,
Yes.
table tennis, football, basketball,
And
playing chess,
Not the chess, because in chess you're just sitting down. But with this one, with Tai Chi. Because you need to wear something comfortable. Imagine you are wearing jeans and you're going to do that. It's going to be very uncomfortable, right? So it also requires a very special clothes, okay? So that's it for that one. So actually the topic that we're going to talk about for next meeting will tackle about a holiday, all right? So with this one, you need to talk about for next meeting, I'll be showing you different example of different holidays. But in your opinion, as a high school student, what is your dream holiday? All right. So when we talk about holiday, it has a lot of types. Beach holiday, camping holiday, all right? So after you talk about that one, what are the activities you are planning to do? And of course, with whom? Are you planning to do this holiday with family, with friends, with a girlfriend, special someone, with your brother, with your cousin? Okay, so you need to talk about your dream holiday. Roy, okay? Hung?
Yes.
All right, so sadly, we don't have much time left, but don't worry because we're going to see each other again next meeting. That's going to be on Saturday. Roy, okay?
Yes.
So sadly, time's up already. That's gonna be all for this evening. Tambiet and have a good night. Goodbye, Hung. See you again.
Goodbye, teacher.